I started 2025 by deleting Instagram. I was heavily addicted to Instagram and I deleted it. I used to post on my story. I used to watch people's stories. And sometimes I'm not even being entertained. I'm just scrolling. So 2025, I started out by deleting it. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ify and this is Ify's Beats. If you're joining me for the first time, thank you. And if you're a returning subscriber, also thank you. Please like, share, comment, and just engage in whatever form so that I can keep making these videos. On today's video, just as the title says, I am going to be talking about my New Year's resolution. I feel like I've always found New Year's resolutions to be very cheesy ever since I started to get some level of awareness, because I always feel like you fall off very quickly. But I don't necessarily set them consciously, but I still try to like set goals for myself. I'm a very big procrastinator, so I genuinely need goals to be able to achieve stuff in my life. If not, so I actually need to set goals, plan every day to be able to say like, you know what, I've done something, I've done this, I've done that. That's the way I function. If not, if I don't make something obligatory for myself, it's really hard for me to follow through and achieve, just about anything. Today's video is really about focusing on continuing stuff I've already started, setting new goals, and hopefully being able to achieve them. Making another video at the end of the year, because this is my first ever like YouTube resolution on video. Making another one at the end of the year, and hopefully being able to say, I was able to achieve this, and that. So first of all, I feel like I should look back on 2025 and sort of give you a good idea of what it was like for me.
Oh, you're having a bad day? Did you die?
My 2025, honestly, I wouldn't say I achieved a lot. It wasn't a terrible year, but it wasn't like a fantastic year. A lot of stuff happened to me rather than things that I could control, but I did have like a couple of peaks, and one of my favorites has to be becoming a Canadian citizen. It marked the end of a journey that started, I would say honestly, it's officially started 2020 December, but mentally started 2019, because that was when I wrote IELTS. And so that's like, if you start from 2020, that would be like 5 years. If you start from 2019, that's almost 6 years. So end of 2019, end of 2020, that's how long this journey has been for me. And so having my citizenship finally was a really nice touch. And I'm really grateful, because even though it was an expected end, because once you're a PR, it's like you expect that once you stay here for 3 years, you'll be able to get your citizenship. But I'm still glad that rules didn't change while I was awaiting mine, or that I didn't get into any issues that would ever stop RICC from approving my application. So I'm really happy about it. That being said, other stuff did happen. I got one promotion. I had a couple of negative things happen to me. Honestly, it was a very stressful year at some point, especially middle of the year was extremely stressful. But anyway, I'm still glad. Another thing that I really started this year that I'm glad about is I started to look into my fitness more. 2024, I started focusing on my health, but I did that for 3 months, and by the time Christmas came around, with all the food that was available, you're in your office. If you've been in Canadian office, you know what it's like. There's chocolates everywhere. People are offering you sweets. There's a lot of potlucks going on, so you actually have to really be conscious of your fitness for you not to put on weight during the holidays. So I'm glad this year, because this year I lost track last year, and it took up until I feel like August this year before I was able to like gain some momentum, especially around my 10K run. And I've been going to the gym steadily at least 3 times a week for the last like 4 months, which is really big deal, longer than I've ever done. And it's another thing that really helps is because my spouse also decided to take his own fitness journey very seriously. So it's good having an accountability partner in that aspect of my life. So as I said, it's been a mixture. I feel like my citizenship and my fitness journey were the things I had the most control over, and so those make me really happy. But all round, it was a very okay year. Yeah, but it's a year I won't forget, because it's the year I became a Canadian citizen. Anyways, going now into my resolutions for this year. So one of the reasons I'm setting resolutions is because I'm really trying to as I said, I'm a big procrastinator, so I like to set goals so that I'm able to achieve stuff. So I'm like, if I set these goals, even if I can't achieve all 10 of them, even if it's 5 I achieve, it would be such a good thing. So that's why I'm trying to set these goals. So firstly is health and fitness. This is something I'm already working on. Currently, I do the gym 3 times a week. I try to run on the treadmill. I started the first 3 months just running. Now I've added some weightlifting, which is a big progress for me. So I want to stick to that. If I could increase the number of times I go to the gym, even better. If I can't, it's fine. And I also want to improve my gym routine. I want to go beyond lifting weights, just doing more stuff, get more toned. So health and fitness, very important. And then my dieting. Also this year I started to eat better. And I've been eating like one main meal a day. I've tried to do OMA, that's 1 meal a day. That doesn't work because I either end up overeating at the end of the day, or I can't just stick to it. So what I'm doing is 1 main meal a day. I feel like you still abbreviate that as OMAD, but from morning till evening when I have the main meal, I try to snack, but healthy snacks. Like I try to eat fruits. I try to eat like protein. I try to drink more water. So I've been eating a lot of apples, a lot of bananas. I don't want to eat too much bananas. I don't think it's good when you eat too much bananas, but like I eat apples, I eat bananas, I eat grapes. I eat wheat bread, just eggs. I try to focus on salads, also vegetable salads. So I try to focus on having like a very I try to focus on healthy snacks throughout the day, and I still try to make sure that it's not like the calories aren't too much, because I'm still trying to stay in a calorie deficit. And then in the evening I have one main meal. Although now that I'm progressing more in the gym, I feel like I've lost some weight this year, so I feel like maybe I could focus more on toning. And if you're trying to tone more and build more muscle, you probably need to eat more. I don't know what the year is going to look like exactly fitness wise, but at least bare minimum is that I stick to what I'm currently doing, which is eating healthy, less calories, and going to the gym at least 3 times a week. And the fact that we've even done it in November and December is a big deal, because if you've stayed in Alberta November and December, the weather is horrible.
We don't have earthquakes, we don't have hurricanes, we don't have alligators, we don't.
So for us to go to the gym November and December, like, this is the most motivated I've been. So I'm really excited to continue doing that. Today is one of my no gym days, so yeah, good day to make a video. I am having to go back to the office full time this year. I'm not really excited about that, but one good perk from that would be that I can increase my steps. Like, it means I can walk around and achieve 10k steps a day even more easily than when I work from home. Because health and fitness wise, that's some of the things I want to do. Adjacent to health and fitness is honestly doing more for my mental health, and also just improving myself generally. I find that this year I've been doom scrolling.
I will ask you, what happened?
Honestly, this year is an improvement from 2024 if I think about it, because 2024 I doom scrolled even more than I doom scrolled this year. This year I started 2025 by deleting Instagram. I was heavily addicted to Instagram, and I deleted it. I used to post on my story, I used to watch people's stories, and sometimes I'm not even being entertained, I'm just scrolling. So 2025 I started out by deleting Instagram. I deleted TikTok at the time, and I started to improve, but I downloaded TikTok back. So I'm back to doom scrolling, but only on TikTok, and sometimes I do Snapchat, but Snapchat doesn't entertain me for long. So Snapchat is not enough for me to doom scroll past an hour. And what other things do I do? And then I come and watch random stuff on YouTube. But my biggest problem is TikTok. I don't want to delete TikTok because I need social media to sort of, if I'm going to keep posting on YouTube, I need social media to be aware of what's happening. But I really need to find other hobbies. So I'm trying to be intentional about the way I spend my time, specifically for my mental health. Because right now we have a lot of AI, you use a lot of ChatGPT, then you're doom scrolling. I feel like my brain is rotting. So I'm really trying to put in effort to make sure that I better my mental health. And it's not just like, oh, mental health about the way I'm feeling and my emotional state. I'm talking about improving myself, self-improvement in general, like reading more books and, going outside more. Honestly, I go outside a lot. Like, I like to walk around. So I think once summer is here, that will not be an issue. But just generally, self-improvement. I feel like I should title this part self-improvement. So to make this goal very measurable, I want to read at least one book every quarter. I feel like that's the most realistic way to put it. If I can pick a book, like right now, I've been reading one book for the past 6 months. I haven't been able to get past a certain page. There's no reason why when I'm doom scrolling, what am I doing that I'm doom scrolling that much? So I want to read one book every quarter. So my hope is that the 4 quarters of the year, I'm able to read at least 4 books. It seems like a very small goal, but honestly, with how much I doom scroll, it's a big deal. So I hope I can achieve that. I have that written in my notes. I'm really hoping I can achieve that, because I feel like if I'm able to read books, if I'm able to just do other stuff that's not doom scrolling, even watch videos on YouTube that will help improve my YouTube content creation, because I feel like now I'm doing a lot of half-assing it. Like I'm just like doing it based on vibes. But I think if I'm spending more time watching other people's content, being intentional, I could improve my own content. So even that is more productive than doom scrolling on TikTok. I'm not putting this in the category of hobbies, because this is like really serious self-improvement. I need to focus on it. So reading books, even free courses, learning a free course, I feel like I should do one per quarter for all of these goals, like reading more books, learning a free course, focusing on things that improve important aspects of my life, especially right now, content creation and work related stuff. So those are my goals regarding like self-improvement. I really want to come out of 2026 not feeling like I've dashed my brain to AI and I've just doom scrolled away. I don't think I'm going to download Instagram back. I feel like since anytime I download, because I've had to download it back a couple of times to sort of post my YouTube links if I feel like my video is not like getting any views. But I found that the addiction has really worn off, in the sense that I look at Instagram and I cringe. I'm not like, I don't miss it. First 4 months I really missed it, but I think by month 6 I started to really like, I can do without this thing. It's not that deep. I don't want to do this now TikTok, honestly, because as I said, I'm doing content creation and I think that TikTok will help. But we'll see. Another thing, this one is also related to health and fitness adjacent also, is running a half marathon, 21k. So 2025, obviously that's another peak for 2025. I forgot to mention. I critique myself a lot, but I really be doing stuff. So 2025, I did run two 10Ks, and one was the Severs Edmonton Marathon, and the other one was Run the River. And the second one, my time improved by like 12 minutes. I have a video on it. I didn't make a video on the Severs Marathon one. So this year, my goal is to run a 21k. I have actually registered for the 21k. I registered yesterday because there's an early bird discount. So I registered yesterday. This one is a big deal because I'll be doing it alone, in the sense that my spouse has decided to do a 10k. He wants to improve his time. And I feel like I'm rushing into a 21k, but I feel like it's not impossible for me. So I'm not sure how this one is going to go. So I registered. My plan is, and the price for the 21k is like double the price for the 10k. But my plan is, if I can't meet up, I will downgrade, because I've Googled it and it seems like you're able to downgrade. I will downgrade. I don't think it's refundable. In fact, I think you pay extra to downgrade. My plan is to downgrade and just go back to doing the 10k with an improved time, if I can't meet up with the 21k. And the reason why I can't tell so early is because now we're in winter and you can't run outside. You can only run in the gym. And the thing with running in the gym is that you are busy with work. It's sort of hard to because with the gym you have to actively go to the gym. But when summer comes around, running is easier because I really love running outside because I like to look around. I'm a small gossip. Shoot me. So running, and we have a lot of walking paths in our neighborhood. So I'm like, I can easily go outside and run and look around, and I enjoy running in that sense. So my plan is when summer comes around, I'm going to take training seriously. And it's going to be dangerously close to the time because I think the marathon is in August. So that's why I'm like, because this year I did the same. Oh, sorry, right, 2026 now. In 2025, I did the same thing. I was like, I'll start preparing. And then, but because it was the 10K, I was like, oh, it's not that serious. I can run the 10K. This is me that wasn't training or doing anything. I'm just eating anyhow. And then closer to the race, if I honestly was like 2 weeks to the first Service Marathon race, I was like, okay, let me run this 10K and see what it feels like. And I ran it. And I had body pains for, honestly, I think it was 4 weeks to the race. I had body pains for the first 1 week. And I was like, yeah, I can run 10K, but it is not easy. And then I looked at my time, and my time was like really shitty. I was like, oh my God. So I realized that, you know what, it's not that easy. So we did another 10K practice before the main race, but my time wasn't the best. I didn't even I think I probably did better than 27 people in my age range. And that was another thing that affected me because before the race, I didn't realize how detailed the results is. Like they can group you into, you can check how well you did amongst people of same gender, same sex with you and same age. So people of similar demographic as you can see how well you did. And when I saw that, and I realized that amongst women between 25 to 35, I only beat like 25 people. I think it was like 27 people. I was like, shoot. And that race had a lot of people because it's a prep race for the Boston Marathon. I was like, oh my God. I felt like that was such a poor result. I think it took me like about an hour, 28 minutes or so. So next race, I was like, I had to do better. But that one even had less people, so I didn't do better than a lot of people also. But my time did improve. Anyway, my point is, I have way more knowledge because that was my first participation in a marathon, even though I was just running a 10K. So now that I'm doing a half marathon, I'm like, I have way more knowledge the next year. But I don't trust myself to stick to my plan. But I think once summer comes around and it's warm enough, or honestly spring, summer is like going too far. Once spring comes around and it's warm enough to run outside in a jacket, I will start training and hopefully I stick to it. First step is that I've actually paid, so I think that's a good thing. And hopefully I can train. I can get the mind, the liver, the audacity to actually go ahead with the 21K because I'm afraid of myself. Like, what if that day I'm like, let me just downgrade to a 10K and then I can actually complete the 21K. Doesn't matter if I complete it in the longest time possible. The fact that I can complete it will be a big deal. I'll be really excited and I'll make a video about that. So that's one of my biggest goals. As I said, it's adjacent to health, but I don't want to put it in health because it's such a big deal that I feel like it deserves a category of its own. Next one is getting new hobbies. This one is sort of tied to self-improvement because reading books can be a hobby if you want it to be. I'm not very certain about this one. I feel like if I'm actually focused on self-improvement, I might not need new hobbies as much, but I will try. Was it last year or 2024? I started to crochet. I did that for like 1 month. I liked it and I really crocheted nice pieces, but I found it difficult. But the thing is, this is also tied to self-improvement because getting new hobbies will actually help me with my doom scrolling problem. So I feel like if I find new hobbies, I would doom scroll less, like because I'll be looking forward to stuff. Because the problem is, the dopamine that I get from doom scrolling is so much that it's hard to find something that can replicate that level of dopamine. So I really hope I can find new hobbies. I'm going to start scouring for new hobbies, accessible new hobbies that I'm going to stick to, that I'm going to find calming. I love to draw. I used to draw a lot. One of the problems I had with drawing was when I would finish drawing and I would compare it to the light, because I used to draw portraits, and I would compare it to the likeness of the person I was drawing, the picture. I would find that I would be very critical of myself. If other people look at that, they would be like, oh, it looks like a person, but it's not perfect enough. Like, I found that the end was a lot of me feeling like, oh, I'm not doing this drawing well enough. So I didn't find the end of it very relaxing. But that's the thing with doom scrolling. There is no end. You just keep doom scrolling. So I need to find hobbies that are like that are low effort. And because I feel like if I can build on those kind of hobbies, then I can get to better hobbies that require more effort from me. But low efforts with maximum enjoyment, with less criticism. So that's it. Crocheting was nice, and I enjoyed the end of crocheting actually. Like, it was the reverse of drawing. With drawing, I enjoyed the process, but the end is always stressing me out. With crocheting, I enjoyed the end because I would have a nice outfit, but I did not like the process because my hand would start to hurt. But it was good because it let me watch shows, because sometimes I'll be watching TV and I'll still be operating my phone. But it was good because, I couldn't operate my phone, so I'll just be watching a show. So I don't know. So I need something that is low effort. I haven't found them, but I think I need to research on that. But yeah, I just find new hobbies. I feel like trying new activities. My problem with doing outdoor activities is the fact that I don't like to drive as much. So because I don't like to drive, I'm like, ugh, I don't think I want to go outside to do this stuff because it involves driving. Then I end up staying at home and I end up doom scrolling. So it's like a circle. So honestly, my next goal might probably help this particular goal of getting a new hobby. I'm not making this one a smart goal because I haven't found the hobbies yet. But hopefully I do. I'm able to find something that I find to be more productive than doom scrolling, and not necessarily self-improvement. Reading can be a hobby. If at the end of the year I find that I actually did stick to reading a lot, I would mark myself in self-improvement as good. I mark myself in finding a hobby as being good. So we'll see how that goes. And then this is number 4. And then the next one is driving more. This one is very specific to me. I don't like to drive. I avoid driving with all my energy. I can count how many times I drove this year, and it might honestly be like 10 times or less. I don't like to drive. The problem with that is it affects my social life. I'm not able to participate in events because I'm like, if I have to drive, I'm going to overthink it, and most of the time I'm not going to do it, especially if it's not obligatory. So I want to drive more. I want to force myself. I really get a lot of anxiety driving, but I need to, drive more. And the funny thing is, I'm not even a terrible driver. So, like, I don't think I'm the best driver, but like, I'm an okay driver. I tested, got my license, so it's not like I'm the worst driver. It's just that my mind tends to catastrophize every little mistake I might make on the road, because I'm like, oh my God, what if that killed me or killed another person? Like, I'm always so worried. And the funny thing is, I used to drive in Nigeria, so I don't know why this is, because driving in Canada is actually easier, so I don't know why I'm finding it difficult to stick to it. But this week I've driven twice, which is good for me. So this is a goal. Honestly, I'm finding it hard to make this one a smart goal and say, you know what, I will drive once every week. But now that I'm going back to the office full time, I might actually end up doing a lot more driving than I would like. So yeah, that one I might not even have to put in any effort for that one to happen, because I definitely can't take Uber from my home to the office. So yeah. And then another one is skincare. So this year I want to do more for my skin. I don't know how to describe what state my skin is in. I don't know if to say if it's bad or if it's good. But all my life I've never really liked applying skincare products. That was because in Nigeria I used to sweat a lot. Nigeria is very hot, so I used to sweat. So the only time you will catch me doing any skincare related thing is when I have an acne breakout. I'll have acne breakouts and you see me running from pillar to post trying to find one skincare that I feel like will work. So then when the breakout goes, there's a scarring. Then eventually when it's like the scarring has reduced, honestly can't tell if it's a product that work or it's just the passing of time. But eventually I stopped using the product because, as I said, I sweat a lot. But since I've moved to Canada, I've had to actually be serious with not be serious, but actually start something and stick to it. And the more reason was that when I moved to Canada, if you've been to Alberta before, it is very dry. It feels like Nigerian Hamatan, but in a freezer. Very cold, very dry. And honestly, it wasn't good for my skin. You think that for me that sweats a lot, my skin would appreciate that. No, my skin was extremely dry. And I feel like it's because I probably don't drink a lot of water. I need to, that should be a goal, drink more water. But my skin would feel very scaly. Like 2 months into Alberta, that's how my skin started to feel. So I actually had to start doing skincare. Like if I stop my skincare now, in the next 1 month, my skin will start feeling scaly. I know because I've done that multiple times. I'll get lazy and go, and then my skin starts to feel scaly. So I've had to actually stick to skincare. I decided to use the Ordinary product. It's very affordable, and I found it easy to like replace, adjust, stick to it. And I think they have a range of products that covers most of the things that people would usually say, moisturize, hyaluronic acid, alpha butane, blah blah blah, this and this. This year I actually added like Paula's Choice exfoliator. I'm using CeraVe. But you would think, okay, I have a regular routine. So what I want to do this year is I want to do stuff like being regular at the spa. I feel like I remember going to the spa like once every 6 months. I'm like, oh, I should go to the spa and do this, but then I'm like, what, if you're really getting older, you need to make the spa visit a regular thing. Let them do the stuff they're supposed to do on your face more regularly so you can actually have long-lasting impacts. So that's one of my goals this year, to be serious with my skincare. Oh, another thing is my nails. So it's like skincare, self-care. I guess it's self-care all together. I want to start being regular with getting my nails done. I feel like it's an unnecessary expense, especially for someone who is a homebody. Like I like to be at home, watch movies. But I think it's something that I like whenever I finally get it done. So I feel like it's something I should do more often. Maybe once a quarter. Maybe not every, like maybe my nails won't be done every day, but like once a quarter, like get it done. Just feel good. I feel like maybe it will be good for my mental health. Honestly, all these things tie back to me feeling good. I have money, I feel good. I stick to my goals, I feel good. Spa visits, maybe add more products. 3 days ago, I started taking a supplement, collagen. I read somewhere that it's good. I was like, you know what? I'm going to order this from Amazon. I'm not going to overthink doing this. I ordered it from Amazon and I've started taking collagen. And I'm like, if it's good for skincare, fine and great. So that's like my goal. Like just do stuff. Be intentional about my skincare, my self-care. Last year, I had the most massages I've ever gotten in my life because I was always going to the massage, the masseuse. I was always going to the spa to get a massage. But I think towards the end of the year, I sort of fell off. I don't know why. I don't know if, but I think it was a nice thing because I'm someone who likes ASMR. So massage feels like that. It feels very relaxing. So I don't know if I need to make a resolution that I'll start going back to get massage. But yeah, it's nice. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. I think another thing is YouTube. This one is this one honestly is a big deal. Like being serious with my YouTube channel. And this one is sort of tied to career, but I put it in a category of its own. I want to really do YouTube very consistently. I started again last year, and honestly, one of my motivations for starting was, if you've seen my other channel, I have a channel that I share with my friend, and it was like, okay, because with my friend it's obligatory, so it's easy for me to stick to it. But with this channel, because it's my own, I would do it based on vibes. Like, oh, I should make a video today, and then I go and shoot. So my thought process is, might not make a calendar for myself, make it obligatory for myself. So my goal is doing one video at least a month, and maximum 4 videos per month, minimum 1 video per month. Create a YouTube calendar, a posting a realistic posting calendar that I'm able to stick to. Plan ahead so that, you know what, whatever happens, at least I have one post per month that I've thought of and I'll make, versus, you know, just going with vibes. Like, I want to monetize my channel. I want to take it seriously. I want to become a serious YouTuber. I feel like I have the potential, but I just have been coasting around, coasting, and I want to take it seriously this year. So that's my goal. Also just watch more creators so I can get inspiration, because a lot of times, like, I'm not inspired because I'm so burnt out from work that I'm like, ugh, I couldn't care less. I know it's easy to make this resolutions now that I'm still in holiday mood, because I know when I start work next week, I'm going to be like, I don't have energy for this, but I really, really want to, like, that's why I'm trying to make the goals realistic and smart so that I can really stick to them. And I feel like if I can find time to shoot once every weekend, I'll be good. So that's my goal, and I hope that I'm able to do it. My goal for last year was, honestly, when I started YouTube posting again, I was like, you know what, if I can just post a video, it's better than not posting at all. So I want to not just do that, I want to go beyond that to posting good videos, improving on my editing, being motivated more, having a calendar. Like, those are like reasonable stuff that I think I can achieve. Last one, honestly, is it really the last? There's so many things, you know, I could make resolutions on, but I feel like these ones are really good ones. Last one is career wise. I want to get another promotion. I want to, you know, get a promotion, improving my career, you know, learn more, be more intentional, you know, not just focus on, oh, work is busy and I need to get this done, but see how this ties to the next step in my life. You know, my spouse always says this all the time, and you know, just, you know, not just take his advice, not just take his advice, but actually implement it, or not just say I've taken his advice, but implement these things that he keeps saying. You know, I think they're good for me. I do that, but I feel like once I get burnt out, I'm like, oh, I'm tired, I'm just working, I'm just moving like a zombie. But, you know, just keeping intentional all year round. I feel like this one and money are basically one goal. Money wise, make more money. That's one of the reasons I'm taking YouTube seriously, so I can monetize it, so I can actually be a source of income. Because right now, when you're posting and it's not making you money, it's like, it's another reason for you to coast through, you know. So make more money. It could be from YouTube, it could be from other things, it could be from all of them joined together, but make more money. Figure out, you know, certain things from my life. I don't want to go into details, but just figure that money, financial aspect of my life very well. And, you know, when I'm comfortable, maybe share more about that. But generally, I feel like my mindset for 2026 is to just, what's the word? Is to be intentional, you know, give myself grace. You know, you might set out plans and they will fail, but, you know, many plans failed for 2025, honestly. One of the biggest plans I had for my life stopped being feasible, and I decided to just let it go. So many plans fail, but just keep showing up, you know. As I said, for me, it's easy to set goals because I function based on goals, and I think that and I'm usually able to achieve a couple of them. So I'm hoping that I'm able to do that, especially amongst these things that I've listed. You know, life will happen. Hopefully I'm able to achieve all these things. And some of the things I've read about that helps you achieve goals is making them, setting them in 90-day, what's it called, slots. Just, you know, doing weekly resets, reviewing those goals. And now that I've written them down, I feel like, you know what, yeah, I will be able to achieve most of these things. And I'm really looking forward to just living life. You know, life is going to always get better as long as you're striving. Honestly, I don't know if that's true. But I'm hopeful that life is going to keep getting better, and, you know, I'm going to get most of the things I want. I don't know if I'm going to get everything, but I'm going to get most of the things I want. Anyways, if you watch up to this point, thank you very much. Let me know in the comments what goals you're setting for 2026, what habits you would like to stick to. Mine has been, if I get new ideas for hobbies, I'll come and share, because I know everyone is looking for a hobby to steal. Oh, this one I forgot. Yeah, like home decor. I don't know if this one is a major goal, honestly, but just I've been decorating my house, buying some furniture. But yeah, I just will keep doing that, you know. Oh, I also forgot travel. Yeesh, I didn't mention this one. I don't know. I want to travel more this year. This one is heavily tied to finances, so it's sort of hard to make it a standalone goal because it's like if your finances are going well and you're saving well, because I'm a big saver, I like to save money. You'll be able to achieve most of these things. I'm going to try to travel more, and if I travel, I'm going to take you with me. So yeah, let's pin that. That would be a goal. But be consistent with my YouTube career and finance goals, and just have a positive mindset all through. Oh, another small thing is like drink more water and shout less. I can be a big shouter. I want to shout less and argue less. Just be like, okay, fine, okay, chai, sorry, okay. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Please leave a comment, like, share, subscribe. I really appreciate when you watch my videos. See you on my next video. Bye, guys.